In 2009, I went out to Zambia and I visited a rural village where there was no drinking water, and I met this little boy who was 5 years old, and he would walk 12-kilometer round trip to collect clean water, and I just couldn't believe that he would walk that far. And after doing some investigation, it was true. And I remember as a teenager vowing to God that if ever I become successful, if ever I become rich, I'm going to go back to that village and build a water well or a borehole, and to be able to provide drinking water for not only that boy, but the whole village of 350 people. And a few years later, I was financially free in property, and I remembered that boy, I remembered the village, and I went back and I built a borehole 110 meters deep, and I can remember the spring water coming up and all the local children and the villagers running out to drink out of the water. And it gave me a real sense of fulfillment and significance. And although I'd been successful in my property business, success was great, but significance was even greater. Since then, I've been going back and forth once or twice a year to different African countries, finding the most needy people that have absolutely nothing and bringing aid and helping relieve poverty in those areas, because I believe that when you are successful in business, when you have money, when you're blessed to be a blessing, and you have an obligation and a duty to help people that are less fortunate than yourself. So I'm extremely excited to now say that we have the Samuel Leeds Foundation, which is a registered charity. I held off registering this charity for so long because I didn't want people to donate to the charity. I just wanted to pay for it myself out of my own business profits. But people have been on my back for the last few years saying, Samuel, we've seen the work that you're doing, we've seen the lives that you're changing, we want to help, we want to give. So that's why we've now set up the Samuel Leeds Foundation, which is going to focus on 4 things. Firstly is immediate aid for people that are in need, like bringing water to people that have no clean water. Secondly is education. I think that when you grow in your knowledge and when you learn about finance and business and personal development, what happens is that breaks poverty and it's the key to prosperity. So we're teaching business all across different parts of Africa. We're teaching budding entrepreneurs, we're teaching kids, we're even working with the government to try and partner with them to introduce into the school systems across Uganda at the moment personal development and business finance in the mainstream government schools. So that's a really, really important part of the foundation. Thirdly is I've had the unfortunate experience of having to have immediate emergency surgery in Uganda. In Uganda and in most African countries, there's no NHS, so you have to pay for treatment. And there were so many people that were coming into the hospital that were in serious need. They were worse off than I were, but they didn't have the money to pay for their operations and they'd just be sent home. So I've partnered again with the lady who did the surgery on my leg. I've partnered with her, and what the foundation's doing is it's giving money to people that are in desperate need of operations and surgery that cannot afford it, and we're going to help work with those people, because I tell you something, nothing worse than being absolute agony in hospital but not being able to afford the treatment. Fourth thing is, most exciting potentially, is we're building schools. So right now we're building a school in Uganda. There's a lot of schools out here in the villages whereby kids can't go to school, the schools are too far, or the local schools have just they've got no building. So we're building schools out here in Uganda, and I'm wanting to do that across the whole nation of Africa. I have no idea how much this is going to cost, but we'll figure that out. Figure that out later. So if you want to get involved in these projects, then you can. Now we have this registered foundation, registered charity. There's a couple of ways you can help. Firstly is you can give. If you want to give, speak to myself or the team and we'll give you details of how you can do that. But what I'd probably encourage you to do, what's more powerful than just giving some money, is get financially free yourself like I did, and then come out here and help out, because your time is more valuable than your money. If you're financially free as a result of my training and you want to come out to Africa and you want to help out, again, tell me, tell the team, and we can bring you out. If you've got a burning desire to come out but you haven't really got much to give financially, I believe that you can't help the poor by being poor yourself. So get educated, become financially free, and then come out from a position of abundance, actually able to give, actually able to help, being able to get the time off work because you're financially free yourself. So my mission in the UK is to teach people to become financially free. Same across Africa. That's the charity, Samuel Leeds Foundation, and thank you so much for your support. God bless you.